So, you want to know how to make a really bad mobile game?
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Well, let me tell you, it's a lot easier than you think. Today I'm breaking down every single step. Also, welcome to the Susmers channel. Fatty Man Online. Just saying this name gives me second-hand embarrassment. This is the story of how we created a masterclass in disappointment, made about 2 bugs and learned exactly what not to do if you ever want your mobile game to be good. I'll walk you straight through the design, the decisions, the mistakes, and of course, how none of us ended up millionaires. Let's go down the rabbit hole. Alright, so picture this. Me and my friend both just fresh off pirating a year-long Unity course we binged finished in under 2 months. 2 months! That's basically a speedrun. We were pumped. We thought, why not make a game? How hard it can be? Spoiler, very. First, we had this wild dream to create something huge, like $1 million mansion, never walk again, mom is proud kind of huge. But let's not bite off more than we can chew. Yet. So, we set a simple goal. Let's just make some money. Maybe not retire yet money, but at least pizza money. What happened next? A classic brainstorm sessions. 2 guys, some A3 papers, scribbling game mechanic ideas. It all looks kinda messy, but that's pretty useful actually. We wanted a game that could be done in a few days, so fast food quality, but for video games. So, the grand idea, Fatty Man Online, a game where you eat fast food and become fat. Why that name? We don't really know, it sounded funny. And it was generic enough to slap on some free assets and be done fast. We made a handful of basic game design decisions. Simple, easy to understand gameplay, just tapping on the screen. UI using free assets. A few skins, half of which are paid with ad views, the other half unlocked by playing. What could have gone wrong? I know you are thinking, people are going to love this. Sadly, people did not. After a few days hackathon, we launched Fatty Man Online on the Google Play Store and on our local web games website. We checked the numbers obsessively. At first, we truly believed, let's go, we're going viral. We made, hold on, exactly $2. Yep, that's hardly enough for a cup of coffee. If you factored in our time, we would be making about 5 cents an hour. But at least our game was out there, playable by, well, anyone willing to download it. No, not many did. Maybe you haven't had the pleasure of playing Fatty Man Online, so let me give you a quick tour. Main menu, made entirely from free assets you've definitely seen 100 times before. Generic background with that someone gave up vibe, overall color palette is bad, and yeah, pop-up text tutorial that you close by reflex. Skins, let's check those out. Oh, there are some categories without any skins at all. In others, there are 10 and almost half are locked behind their walls. Single player. Here's where things go off the rails. You tap to collect points. You have a score that doesn't do much. No sound design, no music except one default track that's way too loud. You can upgrade, but it's basically meaningless. Remember the pop-up tutorial which you closed? Well, should have read it. You can also send bad food for opponents, but in reality it doesn't feel like it does anything. And actually, it really doesn't do anything because it's simply not coded to. Now about multiplayer. That's single player with nicknames, which I took from some random database. Yes, multiplayer is a lie. Progression, there isn't any, and by the time you realize this, you are probably already wishing you'd spent your time watching cat videos or literally anything else. What went wrong and why? Progression systems. Ever played a game where you felt stronger as you play? Well, not here. No levels, no unlocks, no reason to tap except because you have nothing better to do. The lack of any meaningful progression means the only people who would keep playing are... actually, I don't think anyone did. Art. We grabbed every asset from free packages. That isn't that bad by itself, but their usage and color palette are just not that good. Look at this. Don't do what we did. Gameplay loop. The core mechanic was literally tap for 3 minutes, see what happens. People need surprise, reward, challenge. Here you just get bored. And that's it. Sound and feel. The sound design is crucial, but we ignored that entirely. Music that's too loud, button clicks that don't match, and absolutely zero polishing. Removing juice from the game is like removing butter from popcorn. It's just dry and sad. So what ultimately happened? Fatty Man Online released, got maybe a handful of downloads, made less than my little cousin's lemonade stand, and got a hopping 1 real review. But you know what? The pain set in, and we learned. Our second game was better. Less money for different reasons, but more polish, more pride. I realized if you don't want to play your own game, why would anyone else? The best feedback we got was the 1-star review that said, not the worst game I've played, but definitely close. Honestly, they weren't wrong. We learned something. It all comes to the simple phrase, love your own creation. If you wouldn't recommend your own game to your friends, why put it out there at all? Be honest with your product. If you are bored, don't expect strangers to have fun. Well, then there are other lessons we learned. Progression is everything. Choose something, a score, a story, skills that level up, anything that gives players a reason to keep going. Don't rush. Games aren't made in a day. Take the time to polish, to test, and to find the fun before you try to make a bug. Be original. If you use free assets, mix them up, add a twist, and at least give them some personality. Don't be afraid to experiment, but also don't just copy-paste. Play test, and then play test again. Let your friends and even strangers play again. Don't take criticism personally. Every bug, every problem you fix is one less reason for a player to quit. And learn to let go. Sometimes a game idea doesn't work. That's okay. Throw it out, start over, and just keep making stuff. Eventually, it will get better. There is something called 10,000 hour rule. It means that only after spending 10,000 hours doing anything, you'll become actually good at it. I think it can be applied here. So, that's the story. Fatima Online was bad, and it was bad because we cut every corner you could possibly find. We ignored fun, skipped on progression, rushed out, and thought ads could magically make a blend game irresistible. But failing taught us way more than our Unity course ever would. We learned to actually care about what we were making. We learned never to trust the voice in our heads. It's fine, just ship it! Most importantly, we learned to laugh at ourselves and get better on the next try. Don't love your own creation, no one else will. Waste no more time chasing money, chase the fun. And there is a pretty big chance that the rest will follow. Curious how and why our next game flopped? Wait till the next video. Thanks for watching, bye!